Hello everyone, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Matrix Trilogy in 4K. This is the second part in my look at the Matrix Trilogy films, with the imminent release of Matrix Resurrections on the 22nd of December 2021 in the UK. Okay, so this is the 4K box set of the three films in the trilogy. Obviously we're going to be getting a fourth film, so it'll be a quadrilogy, I suppose. But yeah, it's a really nice set that we've got here, with some really nice artwork of the three main characters, Trinity, Morpheus and Neo. And we've got some nice title embossing on here, the Matrix Trilogy. And a little bit about HDR. On the side, again some embossing. And that Matrix sort of glyph effect in green and black. And then on the back we've got tech specs. And we've got Dolby Atmos soundtrack on here. On these three films. And yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I'll sort of go into each individual film. We've got over 3 hours of bonus content on each Blu-ray, so this contains obviously the 4K copy and the Blu-ray, and yeah, it's, you know, a really nice set, this one. The top also we've got the Matrix Trilogy on there. And then on the bottom, just again some just information about the running times. This is like a slip case, and then we've got like a sort of cardboard box, again the same picture there. No embossing on this now. And on the back we've just got a nice sort of clean image of that you know, front image that we've already seen. And then contained in the side you've got the three films. I'll just take those out for a sec. It's not a very strong box, but it's, you know, it's reasonable enough. So so yeah, nice presentation for the 4K Ultras. Okay, so each individual AMA-ray has got its own individual artwork, which is really nice. So they've got the White Rabbit, which was sort of symbolic in this first film. And on the back you've got the tech specs, a few shots from the film, and we've got the discs there. Special features on Blu-ray and Blu-ray. Shame there's no sort of artwork on the discs, but so yeah, I'll just give you a brief summary of the film. Okay, so The Matrix came out in 1999, and it was a certificate 15 in the UK, and it ran for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Just a brief summary of the film. Thomas Anderson, a computer programmer, is led to fight an underground war against powerful computers who have constructed his entire reality with a system called the Matrix. The release date in the in the UK was the 11th of June 1999, and directors were Lana and Lily Wachowski. Starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving and Joe Palatino, and obviously supporting cast. The box office for this was $466.3 million. Music was by Don Davis, and again the screenplay was by Lana and Lily Wachowski. Okay, so what did I think of this? Yep, I absolutely love this on 4K. I've watched all three of these films in the last week or so, with the lead up to the new film, and yeah, wow, fantastic. Picture quality is, you know, really good. I mean, there's a lot of dark scenes in this film, certainly within the Matrix world, and you know, deep inky blacks on this. You know, you can tell textures on clothing. I mean, Morpheus wears this green sort of leather coat with a lot of sort of texture on it, and that really comes out in the film. There's a lot of sort of leather and PVC sort of clothing in this film, and you know, it's got a lot of shiny material, and you know, it really sort of, it's quite vibrant on the 4K, and the sound absolutely fantastic. You know, you've got a Dolby Atmos sound on here. Interestingly enough, when you load the disc in, you actually have to go into the sound settings and change it from 5.1 to Dolby Atmos. It's not sort of set at Dolby Atmos. So just a little tip, if you you pick this set up and you just put it in and play and think, well, the sound's not brilliant, you know, just go and make sure you change it from Dolby Digital to Atmos, because you certainly will notice the difference. You know, there's a lot of separation from right to left. There's scenes with you know, rain, you can hear it above, and you know, with the bullets whizzing past, and so many different effects. You know, it's really top notch. You know, it's going to give your system a workout if you've got an amplifier system, you know, with Dolby Atmos. It's, you know, if you can turn it up, because you're really gonna, you notice it. You know, there's a lot of bass on this. I mean, there's some scenes with sort of techno music as well, which I kind of, you know, quite like that sort of music. So yeah, it's really sort of you know, just envelops you, the sound, and yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really worth sort of investing in these on 4K. I think they're a noticeable upgrade from the Blu-ray. You know, so and again, you're getting some wonderful special features on here. So so yeah, that's the Matrix in 4K. Highly recommend it. Okay, so up next is the Matrix Reloaded, and again, some nice artwork on here with the key, the keys. So the key maker is in this film. So yeah, it's just nice to have some different artwork rather than just the regular sort of 3 characters that we got on the DVDs and the Blu-rays. And so let's just have a look inside. So again, you get the 4K disc just with black background, which is a bit of a shame, no artwork. The Blu-ray and the special features. Again, this is absolutely, you know, packed with special features. Actually, no, there's not that much on here. It is there's special features, philosophy's commentary, written an introduction by the Wachowskis. Yeah, not getting as much on here actually. I know the DVDs set that I showed in the last video is absolutely packed with special features. So I mean, I've obviously got that set, so it's not a big deal, but you know, if you do like special features, might be worth looking at the Blu-ray, maybe picking up the Blu-ray older version. It might have more special features on, but I've not actually dived into these on here. But again, we've got Dolby Vision on this disc and Atmos. I don't know what the Dolby Vision is like because I don't have that equipment to show off that, but I can imagine that again it's just going to make those blacks a little bit more inky black, especially if you've got an OLED. You're going to really notice it. But once again, you know, the Atmos on this is absolutely fantastic. You know, similar kind of thing. You've got gunshots here, there and everywhere, more rain, effects of, you know, sort of the machines flying around the room, and you know, it's wonderful separation that you're getting on these 4Ks. So yeah, I'll just give you a little bit of a brief summary of the film. So The Matrix Reloaded, again, certificate 15 in the UK. This came out in 2003 and ran for 2 hours and 18 minutes. Just a brief summary of the film. At the Oracle's behest, Neo attempts to rescue the Keymaker and realises that to save Zion, within 72 hours he must confront the Architect. Meanwhile, Zion prepares for war against the machines. So the release date in the UK was the 21st of May 2003. Returning directors Lana and Lily Wachowski, and returning cast members Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, Jade Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, Gloria Foster. Music again was by Don Davis, and the box office this time round was $739.4 million, produced by Joel Silver. So again, yeah, I really enjoyed this film. So many great set pieces in it, such great music as well. The track by Fluke, I really enjoyed that sort of techno track in this film. And yeah, some great characters in this. I like the twins that are in this film. They've got the ability to sort of materialise and dematerialise in the Matrix. We hadn't seen that in the first film, so they would sort of be able to go through walls and sort of disappear into cars and reappear and, you know, go through matter. It was, you know, quite impressive to see that. And again, some fantastic stunts. The sort of freeway scene where there's an agent who's jumping on the cars and it's in bullet time and they're sort of flying and flipping over, and the motorbike, fantastic motorbike in this, the Bugatti, black Bugatti that Trinity is riding on the freeway. And I believe they're gonna, in the Matrix Resurrections, they're gonna kind of sort of show that Trinity is quite sort of interested in bikes. It's quite a sort of passion of hers. So yeah, it'd be nice to see where that sort of leads. But yeah, so all the fight scenes in this were fantastic, and the set designs and the costumes. I mean, the textures and the colours come out in this 4K presentation. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, again, I'd highly recommend picking up Reloaded on 4K. I enjoyed the sequel. I know for a lot of people, they find that the sequel's sort of reduced in quality, but for me, to be honest, it feels just like a continuation of the first one. You're sort of going down the rabbit hole even more. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film, and it was wonderful to sort of finally see it in 4K Ultra. So that's The Matrix Reloaded. And then the last film in the trilogy, The Matrix Revolutions. And again, another fantastic looking disc, sound and picture quality. You see a lot more of the machine world in this, so it's a lot darker. So especially, if you've got an OLED, you're going to see those deep inky blacks in this. Yeah, really, really top-notch sound. Again, wonderful separation of sound from the side, from the front, from the top. Again, the fight scene at the end between Agent Smith and Neo, you've got all the rain. So you're getting that from above, at the sides. Absolutely fantastic. And I've heard some people say that the CGI in this isn't as good, but to be honest, I really enjoyed. I didn't see anything. It all looked fantastic to me. The effects amazing. It takes you into this world of the Matrix, and yeah, I have no issue with that. So again, on the back you get again limited special features on this one. Again, probably more on the DVD releases, to be honest. But again, you're getting Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos on here. And then we open it up again, same affair. No artwork on the 4K or on the Blu-ray or the special features. But again, if you just have the DVDs of these films and you're thinking about upgrading, I would go straight for this set, because you're going to get the 4K and the Blu-ray. Even if you don't have 4K at the moment, it's a nice way to sort of think, well, okay, well, I've got the Blu-ray player, I can use the Blu-ray and then eventually upgrade to the 4K. And I think you can pick this up for a reasonable price now, sort of under £30. So you're talking sort of £10 per film, and to get it in this kind of quality, you know, it's definitely a worthy pickup in my opinion. So just to give you a sort of brief summary of what the film's about, the Matrix Revolutions, again, another 15 certificate, and again this was 2003. They actually shot Reloaded and Revolutions back to back, and I can remember actually seeing Reloaded in May at the cinema in 2003, and then seeing this later in the year, that same year. So this was like the Matrix year, you know. It was fantastic to get two films within the same year. This ran for 2 hours and 9 minutes. And just to give you a brief summary of the film: Neo, humanity's only hope of stopping the war and saving Zion, attempts to broker peace between the machines and the humans. However, he must first confront his arch nemesis, the rogue Agent Smith. So the release date in America for this was the 27th of October 2003. Returning directors Lana and Lily Wachowski. And returning cast: Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving and Jade Pinkett Smith. The box office for this one was $427.3 million. Music again by Don Davis and produced by Joel Silver. And again, yeah, I love this film. I thought it was great, a great conclusion to the trilogy. You know, some wonderful sort of set pieces in here, action. I really liked the way that sort of Agent Smith was sort of, sort of real sort of vendetta against Neo. He sort of tried every way to sort of kind of defeat him. And there's the great battle at the end. And again, I think for a lot of people, maybe they thought that was a bit sort of over the top. But again, you're dealing with sort of something that's sort of fantasy based. I had no issue with it. So I really thoroughly enjoyed it. The sort of the brawl at the end was fantastic. Yeah, a bit crazy, I suppose, but you've got to go into this sort of thing with just leave your brain at the door kind of thing. Although I have to say, these films have got like a philosophical side. There's a lot of depth to them, and academics are sort of analysing this, and I'm no sort of academic, sort of person, but, I just enjoy them for what they are, pure entertainment. But I know a lot of people sort of look into this in a very much of a deeper way and, sort of analysing it and all the rest of it. But no, for me, it's just, a wonderful set of action science fiction films that, I think are fantastic. And they all look and sound, wonderful on 4K, and they still look good today. I know some of these effects are groundbreaking, and they don't look dated to me at all. The one thing possibly that may be a little dated is the telephone or the mobile phones. Obviously now we have touchscreen, back then they weren't, but everything else really, it's possibly the computer monitors in the first Matrix, because obviously that was like the sort of CRT monitors that we had back in the day before flat screens. But no, for me, just a wonderful set of films, and I really enjoy these ones. And so yeah, the Matrix Revolutions. So guys, that was just a look at the 4K Ultra set for the Matrix Trilogy. And so really great sort of revisiting these films on 4K in the last week and getting myself prepared for the new film. Now, I was going to see this in the cinema, but because of things of late, I'm not that keen on going to the cinema at the moment. So I don't know whether I might be able to possibly, they might show it on Now TV like they did with the Justice League. I'm really hoping that there might be some way of being able to stream it. Otherwise, I think I'm going to have to wait until the physical release. And I really wanted to see this ideally in IMAX, but just a bit jittery at the moment about how things are, and so I'm not keen to go to the cinema at the moment. So yeah, so I know in America this is going to be shown on HBO Max at the same time as the cinema, but I'm not sure how you could see it in the UK on streaming. I don't think there's anything, certainly not at the moment, but there we go. So, but I certainly will be watching this, picking up the 4K release of this, and I'm hoping that it continues the story, maybe takes it in a different direction from the trailers that I've seen. It's sort of showing something changed in the Matrix. So yeah, really sort of keen to see where the next chapter goes. So thanks very much for watching the video, guys. If you do go and see the Matrix Resurrections, then I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, just take care out there, and see you in the next one. Bye now.